Hey guys, Peach Dragon Productions here, and we are still making props, still making cool Destiny videos, live action videos, awesome stuff in the works, but it takes a while to make that kind of stuff. We don't want to leave you in the dark for too long. So I was thinking, how great would it be to do these quick little Destiny videos? That might be fun, right? You like that idea? Cool, yes. If you like it, go ahead and like. If you hate that, don't like it, leave a comment saying which way you lean in favor of or against, you know, whatever. I just thought it might be a fun thing to try. What am I going to talk about? Well, a lot of people want to get to the Lighthouse in Trials of Osiris. It's probably the most fun PvP in-game content there is right now, but it can also be the most frustrating, especially if you don't know what loadout to use. So, I wanted to talk about my loadout a little bit. First, I'm running the Suros JLB, the Irene RR4, and the Suros PDX45. It's a pulse, a sniper, and a rocket launcher. The rocket launcher rolls with grenades and horseshoes, javelin, heavy payload, and confined launch. It's probably the best 4 perks you can have for this rocket launcher, all in a row. Beautiful. It was actually the one the gunsmith sold the first time he sold the Suros JLB-47. If you don't have one, that sucks, but the good news is Truth exists, and you can run that instead. It also has grenades and horseshoes, javelin, hard launch, and prototype Truth Seeker, which is extreme tracking, which makes Truth probably the best rocket launcher for Trials. The problem is it's an exotic, so you'll have to switch off of your exotic primary or exotic secondary and onto Truth for the heavy rounds. Or you can just run Truth the whole time if you're already running a legendary sniper and a legendary pulse rifle. Why do I just assume you're running a sniper rifle and a pulse rifle? Because statistically you are. If you play Trials of Osiris, you are statistically more likely to be running pulse, sniper, rocket launcher. That's just the predominant meta right now. What kind of sniper rifle do you run? Well, you want a sniper rifle that can revive snipe. A revive sniping sniper rifle means that you can shoot someone in the head as they're reviving, or as they're being revived. So here they are, coming back up from the dead, they're back in action, and then now they're dead. It's probably happened to you a few times. I can almost guarantee it. There are only a handful of sniper rifles in Year 2 that can do that, but one of them is the 1,000-yard stare from the vendor, which is, you know, going to be one of the more available ones.
You're in the lead.
Oof, that Axion bolt caught up to me. Now, there are others. I'm using the Irene RR4, which is from the gunsmith. And I'm having a lot of success with the Irene RR4. The Irene RR4 did roll with, got staggered by the last word. Did roll with luck in the chamber, which means that occasionally, when I shoot people in the stomach, they die anyway, which is kind of crazy. I don't think that should be a thing in competitive PvP, body shot, full health snipes. But, you know, I'm not Bungie, and I'm also having a whole lot of fun using the sniper. So I guess I'm going to keep using it. What's so great about the Irene? Well, it doesn't have a huge aim assist, which means that it doesn't have that stickiness over the reticle. When you swipe over somebody, occasionally the reticle will stick to them, which is good. That's how most people get their swipe snipes. They'll swipe left over somebody's head and just trust the reticle to stick and then fire as soon as they see the stick. It's kind of an impulse thing. Ooh, last word really does have a higher range than you'd think it does. So if you're not using the Irene or the 1,000-yard stare, you can also use Still Piercer if you're a hunter. It's a very good sniper and can also revive snipe, and it gives you that extra sort of like Keen Scout perk. Oh man, that guy with the last word is good. Shaq the Reaper. It's pretty good. The last word plus a sniper rifle is actually probably the best loadout. If I was better with the last word, I would probably be using the last word for Trials. I think it's the best gun if you're good at it. But if you're not good at it, or if you don't like the idea of the game telling you that your reticle was aiming at a guy and then misses on purpose, because that's what it does now. It kind of rolls a dice to see if you actually hit the guy. Maybe the last word isn't for you, but it's not for a lot of people. Like, you're not alone.
Heavy ammo inbound.
Oh boy, who's underneath me? There they are.
Gains the lead.
Got this area locked down.
Heavy ammo available.
Oh man, there's still another one. Let's see if we can snipe him on the way in. Yes, we can. Alright, so sniper rifles are obviously better. I don't know if I've proven that in this video, probably not. I've been using my pulse rifle a lot. This guy's using a machine gun. This would never happen in Trials. Nobody uses a machine gun in Trials. Let me see if I can snipe him. He's still here. So, what are you going to use if you're not running the last word? A pulse rifle. Duh. I'm using the Suros PDX-45, which probably none of you, have access to. Why? Because the gunsmith hasn't sold it in a package yet. Normally, he sells packages, you get them on the next Wednesday. Sometimes when you rank up, though, he gives you a random gun. Random perks on it. I have a random gun with random perks. It's the Suros PDX-45 with counterbalance, hammer forged, and small bore, which is pretty good. It's not the god roll tier thing that I was hoping I would get from him, but it's still good enough for me to be doing well in... Oh my god, how did I miss all those shots? It's okay, I fixed it. So, you don't have a Suros PDX-45, what do? Well, the Hawksaw, the vendor Hawksaw, actually has counterbalance, which means it fixes that awful, awful recoil pattern that Hawksaw comes with, which is up and to the left. It has the same archetype as the Suros PDX-45. It's a very good gun. It's definitely one that you see a lot in Trials of Osiris, and it has... Oh, this shotgun, man. In times of need, I need Bungie to nerf the shotguns. So, what do you want to roll on your Hawksaw? Armor-piercing rounds, single-point sling are both good perks. In year 2, who wins a primary match really comes down to who can stagger the other one and who's unflinching. Being able to flinch your opponents means that they'll hit you less and you'll hit them more. Like, obviously, that's what you want, which really comes down to who gets the first shot. So at that point, which primary do you use doesn't matter, because you can just get the first shot and win, right? Well, it does matter, because some are better at flinching than others. Oh, man, the last word just is such a low time to kill. It's a very close game. I don't know if you saw that, but I'm actually in third, despite having 40 less points than the first place person. So, Red Death is crazy good because it has unflinching, comes with single point sling, and armored piercing rounds. You get to pick which, or not armored piercing rounds, I'm sorry, I've been saying that. I meant high caliber rounds. This whole time I've meant to say high caliber rounds. Oh, Shaq the Reaper is so good this game. It's okay though, I'm keeping up with him. Ooh, that one's gone already. I don't want to be over here then, do I? Oh my gosh, people using the year 1 weapons annoy me so much. Radagast Fury with tripod and grenades and horseshoes. That's a great roll, man. I'm glad you got it in year 1, but we're in year 2 now. Run something else. Anyway, Red Death is probably the best if you're not running... Oh my gosh, he's still got heavy. Ah! Well, now I've lost the closeness of the match. It's fine, I'll hurry up and finish. The pulse rifles you're going to want to see are Nirwin's Mercy, which is the stock one from Lord Saladin from Trials of Osiris, not Trials, from Iron Banner. Hawksaw from the vendor, Suros PDX-45 if you were lucky enough to get one with a good roll. Red Death if you're not afraid of using your exotic slot, and you shouldn't be because obviously like you only have heavy round once every 3 rounds. Really once a game in Trials, right? So you don't have to worry about that. Where'd this guy come from? Which means that you don't have to be too hung up on that. What about the Zalo Supercell? The Zalo Supercell has high range, and it also hits teams, so if they're ganging up on you, you can be pretty much like... You can have a chance against teams, which is nice. Getting killed, team killed over here. That's the trick, not to get clinched, not to watch the jaws of war close in on you. I don't know, if you've seen me using the Suros PDX-45, then you know it's a pretty good weapon. I might not be the best person for it, but it's a good one. When it comes out, I think that's going to be the one people use. The Last Word is probably the best primary right now, and the Red Death is a close second. Bad Juju, I think, might be a sleeper hit, but, I mean, that remains yet to be determined. And some people are using scout rifles, but why not just run a sniper rifle? If you're going to run a scout rifle, you can already hit ranges that sniper rifles can hit. Like, you don't need that, you know? You don't have to worry about that. Last Word is probably the best thing you can run. Anyway, if you're just starting out and you don't know what to use, pick up the Hawksaw from the vendor. The Hawksaw from the vendor is going to perform similarly to how I'm using the Suros PDX-45, and if you have one, just use Red Death. Red Death is awesome. The unflinching is great, the high caliber rounds are great, the single point sling is great, and healing is amazing. I don't know, like, what do you want? Dang, that's a good gun. If you have a Nirwan's Mercy and you like Hopscotch Pilgrim, that's fine. If you don't have any of these other guns, Smite of Moraine will do. If you have First Curse, some people are using that. I think Last Word is better if you're going to run a hand cannon anyway. First Curse honestly operates to me like a pulse rifle does. It reminds me of a Year 1 hand cannon. And I've seen people use the Zalo Supercell and it's fine, but it's not going to be as good as these pulse rifles perform. Ultimately, at the end of the day, what you want is a very consistent, very high stability gun that can hit from far-ish ranges. Not quite as far as your sniper rifle that you're running, but like, it's got to be good for close quarters and for the mid-game, right? So find something that's good for that and you'll be golden. And that's a pulse rifle. That describes a pulse rifle. I mean, there's not a whole lot that's good right now that you can just pick up. So if you can pick up the Hawksaw, then do that. And if you can't, and you have one of these other guns, then good job. Cool. I'll tell you what I've seen a lot of people do. Is they've run their PvE setup. So they're Hung Jury SR4, which is great in PvE. It's crap in Trials. Don't make that mistake. Trials and Crucible are totally different beasts. You don't have to worry about flinching in PvE. You don't have to worry about ads in PvP. So, like, obviously perks are going to be good at different things. I've given you my 2 cents. I think that the metagame is all about flinching at mid-range. And if it's not about that, then it's definitely about sniping and upping your sniper game. So practice your sniping, go pick up a Hawksaw, go find a Grenades and Horseshoes rocket launcher, and I'll see you next time.